Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. So, my name is Will. I am the creator behind the channel 411 Now and the creator behind the channel Will Star. And I have come today to you and I'm making this video because I need to talk to you about COPPA. COPPA, which stands for the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act. Now, I have gone through and I have watched not only the entire FTC's press announcement of the changes and what they plan and what is going to happen on January 1st, 2020, but I've gone back and I've read through the complete settlement agreement that YouTube took out and entered into with the state of New York and with the FTC. First I'm going to start this entire video off by dispelling 10 rumors that I have seen all over YouTube right now. Some have been done with very well intentions. Some have been done to do more to be fear mongering than anything at all. But I want you to understand right now, before I get into the misinformation that I'm going to go through one by one, the COPPA rules and regulations that are going into effect on January 1st, 2020 affect every single type of content that is currently on YouTube and every type of content that is already on YouTube. This includes private videos, unlisted videos, live streams, and public videos. All four areas. Again, unlisted, private, live streams, and public videos. The COPPA rules and regulations cover all of it. 100% of all content that is on YouTube right now, before and going forward. So let's jump into 10 facts that are misleading that people have put out in videos already about the COPPA rules and regulations. Now first, just like YouTube said in their own help video, they said in that video, before that video ended, seek legal help if you're not sure if your channel will violate the COPPA rules and regulations. And you'll understand once I'm done with these 10 why YouTube would put that in an actual help video. Alright? Number one. They're not like from biggest to lowest. I just wrote them all down in 1 through 10. There was a fine of $170 million in the agreement with New York and the FTC. Absolutely not true. There never was a fine. The $170 million that YouTube has to pay, already did pay actually, the $170 million that they paid as part of the settlement was not a fine. It was part of the settlement agreement. They agreed to 3 things in that settlement agreement. I could go through line by line with you, but I'm going to break it down and make it as easy for you to understand. They were fined $42,530 per violation that the Federal Trade Commission, parent advocacy groups, and the state of New York found that was on the YouTube platform as of April of 2018. $42,530 per violation. So one video could have 50 violations in it, but only one maximum fine of $42,530. That's how they reached the total of $170 million. Number 2, the second thing that YouTube agreed to in that settlement agreement with New York and with the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, that they will allow the Federal Trade Commission from here on out after January 1st, 2020 to come to their headquarters and run their own algorithm on the entire worldwide network of YouTube videos. It doesn't matter where you are. If you're in Bangladesh or if you're in Boston, Massachusetts, the fines are all the same. The consequences for you, the creator, and me, the creator, and him, and her, and em, and everybody in every direction. The fines and the consequences are the same. It may be more in different, exchanges of currency, but the fines and the consequences are the same. And I'll get into those. That's the second thing. To run their algorithm at any time, uninhibited. They have to allow them in. If they want to come in on a Thursday afternoon and run their algorithm, they can. And number three, if YouTube does anything in the future to sidestep the regulations, to hinder them running their algorithm on their platform in the future, the Federal Trade Commission, the FTC, will seek a federal injunction against YouTube and the platform to immediately remove all child content from the platform. Get that absolutely correct. Regardless of if your content is for children, it's for adults, it's for teens, whatever it may be, if they deem it to be aimed at children, those under the age of 13, they will seek a federal injunction to block all content from the platform. Then the FTC, YouTube, the parent advocacy groups, and New York, the state of New York, will all go back to the bargaining table again, and they will decide what's going to happen. And then YouTube will have to go to court, federal court, to get that injunction removed. But make sure you're absolutely clear on that. What the FTC deems and what they see as child content are targeted towards children, or may be targeted towards children, is completely different from the guidelines that they have actually written out. In some areas, they are reaching outside of their actual area of the law and grasping at straws. And we'll get into that. Because by the time I'm done with this, if you're not absolutely scared, like some creators are, who have 4 or 5 million subscribers right now, and have completely deleted their accounts and all their content, you should be scared. People who have been on this platform for years are scared absolutely out of their gourd right now. No one really knows what's going to happen, but you can bet your last dollar this affects puppy videos, golf karting, repair videos, true crime, any channel that has live streaming, all of it. It affects everyone. And it affects you, the person who comes here just to be entertained by watching content or listening to content on the platform. It affects everyone. And it's the largest change that has ever come down on a privatized business like YouTube or Facebook or any other social media platform by the federal government. So let's get into number two. Number two, misinformation that's out there. A lot of creators think this was meant to punish YouTube, and YouTube is making these policies changes. No, absolutely not. YouTube does not want this policy. YouTube has fought this policy, and YouTube has lost. They gave in. They caved like a wet napkin on this entire thing because they knew their back was against the wall, and their attorney said it's best just to settle this and to move forward, and then maybe tell your creators to stop. And I'll get into that because they kind of snuck it in when you weren't looking, and you're now on the hook. Number three, there was actually has been several sweeps of the YouTube platform in the past year. That is kind of true and kind of not true. It's about a 50-50 true and half 50-50 lie. There have been tests of the actual algorithm that the FTC has and YouTube's new policy. They've done spot sporadic checks in different genres and niche areas on the platform to see just how it would affect the entire platform. And it's not good. The cyber bot learning program that they launched, the same one that caused the Elsa Gate and the Ad Apocalypse and the Ad Apocalypse 2.0 and the Ad Apocalypse 3.0, 2.5 years ago, when all that stuff went down, it took creators 2 years to get back to this point where we were in ad revenue from Google AdSense to finally get back here to where we are right now. This algorithm is what we are now being told we have to place 100% reliance on. You have to rely on it because the bot, it knows better now. It's learned from all of its past mistakes. But every time they've run it on the platform, and even in the spot checking, it wasn't getting it right. And I'm not joking. It's all in the YouTube blog. Go up here to the search engine and put YouTube blog in there and then read it for yourself. Number 4, the reforms and changes that are going into effect January 1st have already been adopted by TV, radio, and other media forms. No, there are rules and regulations that are like this that are in TV and radio and other formats, but those are controlled by the FCC, not the FTC. Acronyms, people get them mixed up sometimes. Number 5, the FTC is actually trying to enforce rules and regulations broader than what was originally written into their standards. Yes, they are. They most certainly are. And they are going to be taking feedback on that, and then they're going to rewrite the rules again, and then they will come back again and say, these are the new rules. These are the new clarifications. And then we will all have to change gears again to adapt to those rules. Because this is the world we live in. A PC-friendly world. You cannot upset anybody. You cannot say anything bad about Joe or Sue or Tom or Dick or Harry. You can't upset anyone's feelings because we're all tender little snowflakes. We're all individuals and we're all uniquely different. So please make your content appropriately to make sure that you don't hurt my snowflake little self. Number 6, the FTC has never gone after a creator before September 4th, 2019. No. The FTC has most certainly gone after creators going back as far as 2013. And they have bankrupted a lot of people over this exact policy that they put into effect. In case you're wondering, the FTC comes at you and they say, look, you have 300 videos on your channel. We found 10 of them that we're going to fine you $42,530 per video. Here is your total fine plus fees and everything else. Pay up. You can either pay that and then delete the content, or you can fight it in court. The average cost to fight the federal government in court after it gets dragged out in court, $267,000 is the average. They went after a couple, a husband and wife from North Carolina, the last ones that actually made the news, the national news, over content that they had of their grandchildren playing. Their grandchildren were playing. And they listed it as just general content. And they went after them to make an example of them. And you can bet your absolute last dollar The first case that we're going to see after the new year is the FTC is going to go after a big creator. Someone big may not have 25 million or 50 million or 10 million, but they'll have a couple million subscribers. They're going to go after them, and they're going to come down on them like a hammer. And they're going to squash them like a little bug. And they're going to do it to make an example of why we shouldn't violate the rules. And then they're going to start trickling down to the little channels too. As a little channel like mine, I can't survive even one fine. So this is absolutely as serious as a heart attack. I have to make sure I'm absolutely in compliance. And when I get into what the FTC has on an actual website of what you have to comply with, it is so vague and so broad, you can almost not guarantee that you're not going to violate one of these policies somewhere. Will the FTC come after a small channel like mine? They could. They could come after a smaller channel. They could come after anyone. And we've already seen the fallout start. We've already seen channels with 4 million subscribers delete all of their content and lock up their account. Walk away. 4 million subscribers some of these channels had, because you know what? They're scared and people are running around like they're chickens with their head cut off right now, because we don't understand what's really going on, and YouTube is doing nothing, absolutely nothing, to really give us the information, to answer our questions. And the FTC in their update made it even more gray than it ever was. What we thought we could understand, it's not as easy as that. Number 7, the settlement YouTube entered into is not a shut and closed case. That is absolutely true to a point. The federal government, the FTC, can't come after YouTube themselves or Google, and that's after the settlement. They've made it so, okay, this is what your fine was for doing what you did. And we'll get into that in a minute here. They can't come after YouTube and Google for what they did, but they can come after you. They can come after me, and they can come after every single creator individually. And YouTube is changing their policy to make sure that nobody can ever come after them civilly or liably again for content that we produce and put on their platform. And that goes into effect December 11th, 2019. But individual states and the attorney generals for individual states can still sue YouTube and Google if they believe that they are not sticking with the original agreed settlement. So I guess it's not entirely true, but it's very close to the truth. The government can't sue them, but individual attorney generals can. Number 8. To protect themselves from civil and libel lawsuits, on December 10th, 2019, you must agree to YouTube's changes of services. In the actual change of service, YouTube has added the following. You are now legally responsible for the content you submit to the service. Changing their classification to a service, which sidesteps the federal government's current understanding of what YouTube is. YouTube is just a service now. They are not a platform. They are not anything else. They are a service, and we are the service providers. We provide the content, so therefore, they're not responsible anymore. You are, and I am, and all the other creators out there. We're responsible. And if there's a violation of the FTC rules because we didn't understand them, and YouTube only gave us 3 months to totally understand and change and get rid of all the content that was in violation beforehand. They gave us 3 months, and they've had since April of last year, 2018, to be in compliant by January 1st, 2020. And you can bet your last dollar YouTube has been on this 24/7 with their lawyers and their employees and everybody and their think tank, and they've made damn sure the first thing they did legally was, before that goes into effect, make sure you're on the hook and I'm on the hook and everybody else out here is on the hook for anything that gets uploaded to their service. Number 9. The ad apocalypse was created, was caused by someone who had ads run on their video that were inappropriate. We've all been told that the ad apocalypse started over someone noticed that ads were running on hateful content. And that is what started the ad apocalypse, where creators lost 70 to 90% of their ad revenue from Google AdSense because of that. That's not the truth. The ad apocalypse actually started beforehand. It started way before that, when advertisers were getting upset with YouTube because their videos, their banner ads, or over here, wherever they may run, before or after the video, or during the video on that bar in between here on the screen, their ads were running on content they didn't want it to be on, but they were okay with that because YouTube assured them that they were working on that. That started it. And then there was content that, where people were making fun of the ads that ran on videos. And advertisers didn't like that. They didn't like running their ads about the NRA on a video that was cooking, when the majority of people who were watching that cooking video were anti-gun. They didn't like that. The NRA really didn't like that because they were pissing off people who were already hateful to them. And it's like running a Pepsi ad on a blog that's talking about overeating and Overeaters Anonymous. People who have a problem with eating, they're like, oh, here, how about some cake? How about some Pepsi? Well, that would be terrible to run those kind of ads on that kind of content. So these people got really upset that their ads were running on stuff, in videos, and that's what started it. Then YouTube released their self-learning program, their bot on the program, and it was supposed to seek out and remove ads from content where it really shouldn't have been. And it got it all wrong. And overnight, hundreds of thousands of videos lost all ad revenue. Gone. Just gone. Then it got worse. Entire channels became demonetized. And then the bot went nuts. While YouTube watched it and was helpless to figure out how to stop it without taking it off of the platform, it went nuts. And it went nuts, and they watched it, and finally they pulled the plug on it because they couldn't stop it. And now every YouTube channel worldwide has to put 100% reliance on that bot. It's made 4 major mistakes every time it's been released. January 1st, it's going to start seeking out and looking for content that is in violation of the FTC rules and regulations. Number 10, final thing. The change.org petition is worthless and won't help. Actually, it is worth something. It's not going to stop the FTC from implementing their changes on January 1st, 2020. It's not going to stop that at all. Nothing will stop that. The federal government cannot be stopped. They're like a steamroller that's going to roll over every single one of us. And we created that. Us, the public, we created the FTC. They answer to us and to Congress, and we created them because we wanted protection from businesses who were preying on us, who were selling us and swindling us, all kinds of manner of goods. So we created the FTC. The government did not create FTC. The people. We asked for it, we begged for it, we got it, and now it's a runaway train. In a lot of areas, these rules and regulations sidestep parental rights and what a parent should or shouldn't be doing. Controlling their children and the content that they, take in from TV, cell phones, and everything else. We allow it because we're bad parents now. Not all of us. Some of us are really goddamn great parents. But there are a lot of people out there where the babysitter for their children is the television or in front of a computer. And then they wonder why their kids turn out to be brats. According to YouTube own internal memos, show that they have been moving towards a more family-friendly content for the past 5 years. That they have been, and their learning software has purposely been boosting family content while leaving controversial and more mature themed content behind. Their own internal memos. So when you have problems finding the Christopher Watts pay stubs on Google, there's a reason behind that. Because Google owns YouTube, and YouTube and them are the two largest search engines. And you may be using like a Koshia, but your Koshia is just a rebranding of the page. It's still Google's content. You might be using another browser. If you're using MSN, I don't know why, but you could be. But you're not going to find as much content on MSN as you will find it on others. Firefox and others use the same browser information. The same information as Google. This is why you will not find certain content on there. Whatever they've decided is mature content is behind another wall. You have to search more and more to find it because they have decided you don't need to see it. This is not a short game. These changes with the FTC, this is not a short game. All of this is a long game. A long game that you need to get right, and get right now, today, and going forward. It doesn't mean you need to close down your entire channel and delete all your content because you're scared. We're all scared. I haven't spoken to a single creator in any genre at all. From the bloggers, all the way to the cooking channels, to the guy who is making videos fixing golf carts. We're all scared because the regulations as they are written right now are vague. They're not being described to us in a clear and transparent manner. And we're all on the hook if we get it wrong. Again, December 11th, the new YouTube service agreement goes into effect, and YouTube is completely covered from any type of civil action ever from here on out. They are just providing a service. We create the content. We're the ones that need to understand this. This is why YouTube said, seek legal advice if you don't understand if you're going to be in compliant or not. It's serious as a heart attack. If you create content for this platform, you need to understand everything that's in this. Moving on. According to the FTC's own guidelines and what they've put out and what they deem is content that may be aimed at children more is the following: jokes, music, kids programming, that's vague as hell, games, still getting vague, still no clarification there, video animation, video content as in fantasy, crafts, pets, snacks, and cereal. These are subject matter that are more for those under the age of 13. I like cereal. I like snacks. I like my pets. I actually like some craft videos and people who do crafts. It's nice to see people be artistic and use their hands for something besides typing away on a keyboard. I'm not into fantasy animation, but I'm into video animation. Games. There are how many video game channels do we have on YouTube? Music. Who doesn't love music? Jokes. I like comedy. Is the FTC gonna go after every comic on the platform who's ever uploaded a comical video? Are they gonna come after me for when me and my friend challenged each other to learn a new skill and we did stand-up comedy? Don't know. They won't tell you. They're very vague on it. Keywords. In case you don't know and you're not aware of this, YouTube has had the algorithm for the last 10 years. 10 years. This is 2019, since 2009. They've had the algorithm where they can actually listen to the spoken word in every single video and then flag every video based on just what is said. The FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, has that same algorithm. The following, according to the FTC, should not be said in a video. And this goes for live streams and if you're interviewing someone and they say this. Fun, free stuff, whatever, cool, duh, games, and go ask your parents. Things that should never show up in a thumbnail, according to the FTC. Bright colors, neon colors, bold letter text, childish fonts, whatever that means, pixelated designs, and block animated characters. Should never show up in a thumbnail. Okay. With that said, time to move on. You have two options as a creator if you want to stay on this platform, and I really do hope you do. I hope you make the wise decision and don't act hastily and delete your content from the platform. I am not trying to fearmonger here. I'm trying to inform you of what the regulations say. And they are as following. YouTube says the following. You have two options on YouTube. One, the content that you have on your channel is meant for an audience 13 and under, or two, is meant for 14-year-olds and over. That's it. There's no teen area. There's no gray area on either way. Even though your content may be enjoyed by adults, it may be enjoyed by children, you have to mark everything. You can mark your entire channel as not being for children, or you can mark it as being for adults. Or you can keep it at the individual video level, where it is for children or it isn't for children. But you have to answer that every single time you upload a video from here on out for eternity, because these rules are not going to go away. That is your choice. If you mark your channel and your content, anything, any video at all, and this goes back again, your video content you had before, listed, unlisted, or private, any content on the channel, if you mark it for children, for 13 and under, if you mark it in that category, the following will happen immediately the moment you click publish. You will lose the bell icon. No, the bell's still there, but no one will ever be notified again of that creator uploading the content. If you mark your videos as being for children, no one who is a subscriber or a member of your channel, if you have membership, will ever be told that video was uploaded. They will not see it in suggestions. They will not see it on your channel page unless they click the word video, and then it will show up. But it will not be suggested to them. They will not be told that there was a video uploaded. You lose that immediately the moment you click publish and it's for a child. Number 2, you will lose the comment section on anything that is 13 and under. 100%. You will never see the comment section again. Ever. It's never coming back. YouTube has already decided that there's enough hateful and predatory activity on YouTube for those who are looking to troll and get information out of children who may enjoy the comment section underneath child content. They've made that decision already. They just forgot to tell us that they finally made their decision. They have decided now that there will never be a comment section for anything aimed at the ages of 13 and under. Number 3, you will lose 100% of all target placed ads on YouTube from AdSense. AdSense is how YouTube creators make money by the ad that runs here, up in the top in the corner, before the video, after the video. That's how we make ad revenue. You will lose 100% of any ads that are targeted ads based on web identifiers, persistent web identifiers, or web cookies, whatever you want to call it. You will lose 100% immediately the moment you click that. For that video, you will lose 100% the moment you click publish. Again, on the individual video, if you've marked your entire channel for under 13, all these go for everything that you publish. If you've marked your channel for 13 and under, you will not get the comment section. You will never get the bell icon. Your channel, you will see it die a slow, painful death, because you will never be able to really draw an audience in. The other things that you will lose immediately is suggestions. For anyone who has what's called a generalized account. A generalized account is accounts that are deemed parent and children using the same account on YouTube. You will lose any suggestion of ever being shown up in the trending or whatever for a generalized account. You will not be suggested to children on YouTube Red. For in order to get into YouTube Red or YouTube Kids, the qualifications now have become extraordinarily hard. They were this big before, now they are that big, just to get qualified to get into YouTube Red, YouTube Kids. No comments, no ads. Well, you can still get some ads that are not targeted directly at children or to anyone in particular without web identifiers. There's very few of them. And if you actually look at Google AdSense, go to your AdSense account, about 0.01% are actual ads that are bought at auction through the auction process, where they go out to just anybody who's on the platform, who they are not targeted at anyone. You will lose, again, 100% of the ads that go just for that. That is what you get paid on. Next, you will lose the ability to edit on the edit page on YouTube. YouTube's edit, you will not have that YouTube edit once a video has been uploaded. If it's marked for children, you will not be able to edit it at all. Gone. If you make content for children, you lose so much. According to YouTube, in their actual statement and release, between January 1st and the end of January, YouTube has already figured that 200 to 300,000 channels will start to fade away. No ad revenue. Who's going to make content for children? Well, only those who have the deep pockets and are making money in other ways. You can't, again, another one of the things you're going to lose is branded deals. You can't have a branded deal with a child channel. You can't have a merch shelf and push merchandise for children to buy. Toys, games, t-shirts, nothing. You can't do that on the children's platform. You lose everything in that regard. I wish I was joking about this, but they figure 200 to 300,000 channels in the month of January are going to start to die off on the platform, unless those creators have bigger, deeper pockets, because they have money that's coming in from somewhere else. How does this affect those who don't even upload content to YouTube? You may be seeing it already, and you didn't even realize it. You could have seen this, and then it went away, and then it may have come back. You might be affected right now and don't even know it. So after this video, log out of YouTube. Don't just leave YouTube and then come back in, but go up on the top here where your little picture is, or whatever you have, letter or whatever you have there. Click on it and then scroll down, sign out. Sign out of YouTube and then sign back in. And then go to the home page, your home page. Do you notice anything different about your home page right now? Does it look the same? Does the left-hand side, does it look the same? Do you have all of your tabs there? Do you have a list of all the channels you subscribe to, and then another highlighted area, and then all your memberships? Do you still have all that stuff on the left-hand side? Or do you just have 4 tabs? Home, trending, subscriptions, and library. Do you see only that on the left-hand side? If so, you're already being affected, and you don't even know it. If you have that complete thing on the left-hand side, go up to the search engine, and up here at the top, not all the way out of YouTube, but here on YouTube, on their search box, and put my channel name in. 411 space NOW. Doesn't have to be caps, it all can be lowercase. Alright? Put that in the search engine on YouTube. I am the number 4 result there. Underneath true crime. I'm number 4. If you have just those 4 tabs on the side, home, trending, subscriptions, and library, I'm number 581. You get 25 per page. Scroll down, see more. You have to click on see more. Scroll down, click on see more. Scroll down, see more. Over and over again until you get to me. There's got to be another way, right? To find your subscriptions, to find my channel. Of course there is. You have a subscription right there. You have 4 bigger thumbnails now, and a bigger title, and a little bit more of a description. And you can actually click in the upper right hand corner and put that video into queue to watch later. You can also mark an actual page that way, a video from a subscriber. And you'll always get those underneath your subscription tab. You click on subscriptions, you always see the ones that you have in queue. If you mark 8 of them, you'll see 4 across and then 4 more. If you have 12, you're still going to see 4 and 4. Well, I have 12 in queue. Where are the other ones? Where are the other 4? Why doesn't it give me 3 lines of 4? Well, if you mark 20, it doesn't going to give you 20. Oh, I get it. Maybe you have to click on subscription again. So if you have 12, you can click it again and then the next 4 will come up. Nope. You won't see them. YouTube has switched over the subscriptions that you have there to a rolling subscription. If you subscribe to 30 channels, you're going to get 8 of them maximum at a time. You can click on subscription over and over and over and over again. All it's going to do is move this one from here on number 4 down to 3 to 2 to 1. Or if it was down here at 8, it's going to move it all the way up slowly to number 1 spot. Now, again, if you have just the 4 tabs on the left, you click on library, it shows you exactly and only what your last browser session there on YouTube was about. What was watched is what your library is. If you're a creator, if you click on library, it now has a nice little handy tab there. Tells you how many videos you have and how many, of those videos might be trending. That's it. That's all library does right now. Trending, those are channels where you can see what's trending on YouTube. And at the top you'll see a bunch of different ones, different categories. You can click on news. You'll never find a true crime channel underneath news. Nope, that's ABC, NBC, Fox, Al Jazeera, PBS. The big news outlets are the only ones. And they've all paid except for PBS and Al Jazeera. All of them have paid to be in trending. And they're always going to have the trending. 100%. No one is ever going to trend underneath news. I could record a video tomorrow of, terrorists, blowing up, something in Los Angeles, California. And I would be the only one with the video. I would never end up in trending. Even if I had the exclusive video of it all and nobody else had it, I would never end up in trending. The news crews, once they got there and they started filming it, then they would be in trending. But my content would never end up in trending. And the same thing with any true crime channel that's out there. We would never make trending. Again, the search box up above. If you just have those home trending subscription and library tabs, go up there and type in Christopher Watts and look at how many results you get that way. 20, 25 results. You should be getting right around 14,000 results. If you have your dashboard on the left-hand side, all still the same, you type in Christopher Watts at the top, you will see 14,000, 17,000 different results. But you're only going to get 30 or 40 different results. It's a vastly different right now. They're ghosting content right now on the platform. Again, YouTube's own internal memos have shown the last 5 years they have been pushing more family-oriented content and leaving the other content behind. The controversial, the more mature audience stuff, they've been pushing it down while they've been pushing this up. This is why communities like the LGBTQ community, I'm sorry if I got that wrong, are suing YouTube. Other groups that are out there that are not as prevalent on the platform, YouTube has flagged them as being controversial, and they've purposely pushed them behind while they were pushing up family content. Their bot program, the one that we have to rely on 100% come the new year, is doing this. That's how it affects even you who don't create anything, even you who may not be making any content on YouTube. That's how it affects you. And now I've laid out everything that I have learned about the FTC and the regulations that are coming into effect. If you don't know if your content is going to be in violation because of either a color or a music or a video stream or something or a live stream or any content at all, because these are so vague. You could be doing a video, a live stream, and somebody says, "Hey, have you listened to that new song by Because I love music." Boom, that's a marker for the FTC. Does that make me in violation? Do I then have to delete that content, or do I have to edit out that? And what if I have a channel that talks about music because I make music, I write songs? Are all of them do they all have to license and move their entire channel just under, 13 and under, where they'll never make another dime? And who's going to keep on creating content to YouTube if we are losing thousands of dollars every month? Mark my words, ladies and gentlemen, as I close this out. Mark my words. January, we're going to see pandemonium across the network. What we're seeing now with these large channels that are with 4 million subscribers deleting all their videos and their content and getting the hell out of Dodge, that's just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to get worse. People are going to panic. People are going to overreact. And they're going to freak the living out. Because the FTC isn't going to come to you and say, if you can just change this little part right here, you'll be okay. Well, if you have videos about a rooster, those are pets, but you should be okay. Just mark it all as adult, and then and don't put these thumbnails in there like you have now that are more comic characters. Maybe go with something different. Just make those couple of changes, and you'll be okay. They're not going to come to us and tell us this stuff. YouTube is not going to make us give you a channel by channel, evaluation. They're not going to do it. We're going to see a whole nother genre start up that is all just YouTube evaluations. Channels that are where they go through your entire content and they try to tell you how to be compliant. In the meantime, if you're not turning over in your grave right now or running scared, you should be. I'm absolutely not kidding at all. We went through all 400 plus videos I have on my main channel. And using the guidelines that are written as of right now, 100 videos I have on YouTube right now, in some shape or form, according to independent witnesses that I hired to look at my content and see if they could find these actual guidelines, these issues in my videos. 100 videos out of 400 violate the FTC's rules. I'm not a gaming channel. I don't make content for kids. I've marked my entire channel for adults only. Will the bot change? Does it have the ability to change content from adult to children or children to adult? We don't know. All we know is we have to put our blind trust in this thing again, and it's made grievous errors every time it's been released on the platform. So good luck. Bury your head in the sand and pretend that it's not going to affect you all you want. Now, after you're done, if you don't believe me, in the description below, I've included the unedited FTC's press conference where they told over and over again, the chairman said they're going to come after you, me, and everyone. Because you know what? We've got pockets too, and we can pay up. They're coming after us creators. He said it, not once, not twice, several times in the entire thing. Then I'm going to put, also there will be a live link to the FTC's most recent attempt to try to clarify the rules, which made it even more questions. Also, I will include the link to YouTube's own help video where they tell you to hire a lawyer if you think you may not be in compliance by January 1st. Also in there, if I can find any other links that are helpful, that would help you understand exactly what's going on with FTC rules and regulations when it comes to COPPA, I will include those as well. I want to help you. I'm not trying to scare you, but I want you to listen up and understand right now. There's absolutely no area on YouTube, any type of content, any kind of stream, anything that you do is not safe right now and may not be safe in the future. And we don't even have half of the information that we need. And that's the part that should scare the living crap out of you. Sorry for the word. Stay safe. And thank you for watching.